the Saints. They
Yeah,
score every drive. It's tough. Every drive goes. This is for the first two games. They got the hot hand. 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. But when they play that,
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on? What's up? How we doing tonight? Thumbs up.
Yes.
I need to take it at the same time. They started the podcast.
Yes.
That's true.
Bueno, pues, mi gente. Yes. Here we go. We're going to talk about it like we always do in this GME stream.
It's a good Friday night.
Great Friday night so far.
So, yes, mi gente. For everybody that starts tuning in, don't forget to share the video. If you just watching the video later on while it's no longer live, still share the video. Compartan el video, aunque ya sean después que nosotros ya no estemos en el aire. No importa, compártanlo todavía. Vamos a hablar, como siempre hablamos aquí, de todo un poco. We're always going to spice it up. We're always going to talk about a little bit of everything. We're always going to have a good time.
You gotta start off smooth. You go to a barbecue, Buffalo Miles, right? Habanero, I think.
I like that.
When you add like the extra spice, you gotta slow your You can't just jump straight into it. You gotta, ease into it. So, yeah.
We gotta get that shit wet first, right?
So, so you just jump from 0 to 95. You don't come 0 to 95.
What's going on, everybody? ¿Cómo estamos aquí? Share the video, compartan el video. This is my guy, Jaquan, and my guy, Josiah, right here. Aquí estamos en vivo, vamos a divertirnos. Entonces,
we're here with DJ SamsationGME.
Yes.
You need to get one.
We need to add some bombs. There has to be like a control over here where we can like control like instead of doing the average.
I totally agree. Aquí estamos compartiendo el video, mi gente. Share the video. We're gonna have a good time. Vamos a divertirnos esta noche. Like, yo, Jaquan, Josiah, you have a question?
I got no questions as of right now.
What about you?
Honestly, I don't really have any questions right now.
You people, ustedes lo que me están viendo, lo que me están mirando, do y'all have any questions for the audience, for the people watching us at home and everywhere around the world? Do y'all have any questions for us?
Sam, I do have a question though. How do you feel about the Champions League so far? I know Real Madrid's been going super crazy, and somehow, some way, man, I don't know how they beat my Manchester City team last year. I think it was. I honestly think that sometimes. Actually, the question is, do you think sports entertainment is rigged?
Well, across the board, yeah. Every sport is rigged now. I feel like back in the days, maybe it was more authentic, more genuine, more real. But now everything has become a monopoly. So, for instance, the first part of your question, Real Madrid beat Manchester City because they have a good team. But I just feel like Real Madrid is a more mature, more experienced team in that aspect when it comes to finals. Basically, they have more experience being at the end. While Manchester City does have experience out there too, but not as much as Real Madrid.
So who do you think is going to win the next Champions League? Because I'm not gonna lie, it always seems to be like Real Madrid's always like the favorite. I don't know, and Manchester City, we even won the Premier League. I think we won 3 in a row so far, and going for the 4th one. Hopefully, I know Aiden has had maybe 3 games.
Madrid is like the Alabama soccer.
Real Madrid is the Alabama soccer.
Low key though, low key. That's why they always like favorites. No. Okay.
So Georgia.
No, I agree. I agree with your statement. I'm laughing because I'm like, there's a lot of people are gonna get irritated by that statement.
But it's like I'm not saying I'm a
Shout out
fan,
to
but I'm just saying though, like
Shout out
like
to a la Madrid. I'm happy with that statement, bro. Yes.
I like the Alabama though in soccer. Like they're always predicted to that.
It's tough. Like I don't know about y'all guys, but I feel like when it comes to like sports entertainment, I kind of don't like when too many teams win too much. Like the Chiefs winning so much kind of gets me annoyed because it's like, yeah, I can't always win. Like I feel like other people have the opportunity to win. And then you see like shit, like when Michael Jordan kind of went 3 in a row and then took a break and then went 3 in a row again.
Bro, but during that time, like when Michael Jordan, I would say I felt like that's when it was authentic. Like now with like the Chiefs winning so much with like Patrick Mahomes, I feel like they're trying to paint a picture between like him and Brady. Because when before Brady retired, it was always both of them going at it.
Okay, I don't know much about American football like you guys do, but from my point of view, when it comes to like athleticism and eliteness and discipline, I feel like that's what kind of separates the name that you just said, the first one.
Tom Brady.
Yes, yes. Like I saw some of his matches throughout his career. I didn't follow him like other people do, but you can tell that this guy was a fucking disciplined guy. He's like a Cristiano Ronaldo. He's 39 years old, but he still could keep up with a 25-year-old.
So who do you think? So what would be the top 5 athletes of all time?
Hold on. Before you even get there, I feel like it's bigger. Like going back to the whole Chiefs thing, I feel like it's bigger because now they have Taylor Swift behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
that's the entertainment aspect of it.
That's why I feel like it would be rigged nowadays because Taylor Swift is behind the Chiefs.
So what do you mean by behind the Chiefs? Like she's a ambassador or something?
No, she's with one of the players on the Chiefs, one of the most known players, Travis Kelce. But the thing is, when you watch a Chiefs game, they show Taylor Swift at least 5 times a game, maybe even more.
Yeah. It's like the entertainment, and when the entertainment comes into the aspect, it's like when you're watching these games, you watch more Taylor Swift than actually watch the plays. And I think that media coverage is always going to follow Chiefs because that's where the money is at and stuff like that. I know a lot of it has to do with money. But like I was saying, I wanted to ask y'all, what is y'all top 5 athletes of all time? Or top 5? Matter of fact, let's start with the top 5 athletes of this generation.
Well,
2010. No, but yeah, from the 2010s to now.
Okay, that's a good.
I want to see some in the chat too.
Does LeBron James count?
Yeah,
he definitely.
LeBron James, Cam Newton,
all right.
Odell Beckham Jr.
All right.
Does Ronaldo count?
Yeah.
Ronaldo, and Mbappe. I should have included Messi in there, but I'm gonna say Mbappe just because how young he is.
Yeah, about me, he already won a World Cup, so he should be included in the conversation. He won a World Cup. He won a couple of cups with Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, and now he's gonna win with Real Madrid this year. Come on, man. He got Vinicius Jr. He got Edric, whatever his name, that kid that's like 16 years old. Is it okay for your wife or girlfriend to be friends with your friends?
Hell no.
Why not?
Just keep it cordial.
Persia Rivas, hola Persia, ¿cómo está?
You said why not? To answer your question, because I feel like everybody has like a hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Like friend wise. We kind of touched on this in the last podcast. Remember with the like, how do you feel about your man? You know, I feel like low key, if your man's know you got a good looking female, they're gonna have like a hidden agenda. So they might take that friendship too far.
So, like the interactions, we mean like they can have often interactions.
No, I'm not saying about the odd. That's what I mean by cordial. Like, I don't mind if they're cordial. Like, it doesn't matter if they're cordial, the high and dry, the little conversation here and there. But sometimes it gets taken too far. So it's like.
I'm the same. I share you.
But you have work and stuff like that. So I want to see from your point of view. What do you think?
To me personally, I personally, I don't want to say the word allow because it sounds controlling, but that's kind of really what it is at the end of the day. Whether you want to look at it like basically everything comes to the way people put the word. That's what it comes down to. That is the same result. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I wouldn't allow or even let it like happen, which is the same thing, right? Yeah. My wife get too close to my friends, or my friends get too close to my wife. You know, it's just like my boy Jay Kwan said over there. Sometimes when you let things happen, it gets too far, and some friends don't have no fucking morals, no lines. They're gonna cross every single one of them. So I'm not gonna give it an opportunity for those lines to be crossed.
So how do you guys weed out those type of friends? What was your type of element of trying to weed out those type of friends that you knew that was kind of like
test them?
I wouldn't say test them. Like I'm not. Like I wouldn't be controlled about it. Like I'll just simply just like spectate, like watch, sit back and watch and see. Because I feel like it'll also be a problem if I feel like my wife is too friendly. Like if I invite you over whatever and you feel me, the guys is with us, I want to see like how are you gonna react? Are you gonna be sitting there in their face?
I think like I'm not gonna front it if I did have a shorty and shorty was like around and stuff like that. I feel like I would definitely like her, like when the friends come over, anything like probably in like the room or either socialize for a few and then get back to what they have to do like whenever like the guys are around because it's more like the guys moment. But ultimately, like I don't know. I guess it does depend on the interaction and how it really goes for most part.
But even,
No, well, I, okay, like there's some people that are very like, no, you say what you gotta say before I say what I gotta say. Cause, well, I was gonna say sometimes, bro, like, this is how I think. This is my point of view to everybody that's watching or that's gonna watch. Um, it's not that I have low self-esteem or look, I'm sassy or this and that, whatever they want to use in this new generation. I just feel like don't don't let you know don't let your girl right. Don't let your girl become a thought. Yeah, people are gonna be like, "What you mean by that?"
Yeah, I need some expert explanation on how do you want the girl to be a thought because she gotta be a thought before you like she can't develop and turn into a thought while she's with you.
that's what
There's
I'm
It could happen.
That's
sometimes too, you gotta let them do like what I like to do is I want to see what you do in certain situations to see what you rather choose to do. You know?
how does the girl turn into a thought?
Okay, let me give you an example. Like, let's say, if you're not on top of her, right? Like, if you don't take care of your girl, right? Like, if you don't do what you gotta do as a man, not sexually, financially, and everything, she's eventually gonna develop top tendencies.
I wouldn't
So what
say.
are thought tendencies?
Wait, hold on. I wouldn't say she's gonna. She's if there's no turning into a thought. You're always a thought. Like once a thought, always a thought. There's no way you can't. It's not a switch. You can't turn it on and off.
I beg to differ on that department, bro. I've seen good girls back in the days, good women turn into little hoes, bro. Like sometimes some good women never experience the other side of life, that more exciting side of life.
That's very true, but they have that trait in them.
You gotta see it early.
They have if they did it at an earlier. Like people grow and develop, get a different mindset, whatever, but they still have that trait. So, like you said, what if you're not doing everything you're supposed to be doing? Ultimately, your girl's gonna be a thought.
Yeah.
But why, if you're not a thought? I feel like if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, you should work with me, until whenever the case may be, I might be doing later on in life,
But how long is she supposed to wait for you to get it together?
There's not a certain time frame to it.
That's what I mean. Some women get tired of being that supportive, good woman, being behind your back, having your back while you over there fucking up. Like that movie, that Tyler Perry movie, where that guy was going to college and he believed in his product, his experiment, whatever he did, and he kept doing it. She was behind his back the whole time to the point that like the money that she had from like I think her parents died and they left her some type of like a will, yeah, with money, right? So she basically trusted and believed in him so long that she used pretty much every dollar that she always had for him. And after a while, they like if you see the movie, they become like mid age, like 35 to 40, right? And he's still on the same thing.
I feel like that's different though. no, because that's a different scenario than like, the way you try to. Because the way you try like a thought, yeah, because if she didn't start off, if she waited that long to that later in life, then she's not a thought. But if you was doing thought tendencies before you met me, and then all of a sudden now you don't got thought tendencies, but if I'm not doing what I was supposed to be doing, now you a thought again. You was always a thought.
Like you said, you gotta put them through the test, right? So, like when you go out to a club or when you go out to a place where you have to be social and social gathering and stuff like that, you will see how that person acts when they're around social people and stuff like that. So put that in perspective. For the most part, you would see what type of person she is whenever she goes around other people, and that would depend on if you want to actually talk to that person or if you want to continue to, talk to a thought because you have to tend to test.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, you're right about that one. That one is definitely a good test. That's one of my basic tests when I used to be in the dating game. Um, but me personally, I don't wait too long to like, and like, it's like there's different ways to test the girl or the guy. You know, whether you're a female for a guy or a guy for a female or non-binary, whatever it's you like. You always gotta make sure that like you don't want to spend years and not really seeing some certain things. So sometimes you gotta let your person fly, right? And when you let that person fly, also throw a test behind that fly. Unless, let me give you an example. If you're not used to your girl going out without you, right, or going out late without you, but randomly she wanna, oh babe, I wanna go with my girlfriends or whatever. Like you like girlfriends, like when this happened, when this like, but you be like, you know what, you want to be open minded, you want to be that cool boyfriend. You okay, cool, go have a good time. Let me know how's it going. Let me know when you get there, la la la, the whole thing, right? So it's like 3, 4 in the morning, you haven't heard from your girlfriend yet. How are you gonna feel about that?
I'm not gonna feel no type of way. You out of here. Literally, you out of here. Well, all right, let me rephrase it. It depends on the consistency. Are you doing this every weekend?
No, like this is like your first time and y'all been together for like 2, 3 years, except.
All right, first time I'm gonna let it slide. But if it's like a every weekend thing, like prior to, you just out of here. Like,
so you wouldn't have no questions. You wouldn't wonder like why.
I don't want to ask questions. I don't want to know why. If it's every weekend, I know why.
Weekend?
Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday in tech or in the South, fun Sunday, fun day, whatever it may be. But if every Friday and Saturday you use the nighttime to go out with your girls till 4 in the morning, and I don't hear from you until the next day, what questions is there to ask? You just out of here.
I feel like unless you wasn't taking that girl seriously, like she was just somebody that you felt like, okay, I could like her, I could grow to love her, and you just keep going to see if you develop those feelings, then it's easier. But let's say you actually fell in love with that person, you actually care deeply about that person, then that person breaks her normal behavior or her normal pattern. You're gonna question it. You're gonna be like, wait,
once in a while. If it's once in a
I
while,
don't think that's true. Like, honestly, like if you, like you said, you put her into a 2-year, 1 year, 2 year relationship, and then she wants to go out.
I said 2, 3.
2, 3. And she finally asks you for the first time in like 2 or 3 years.
I wouldn't question.
That's crazy. Like,
no. She don't ask you. She tells me I'm going out or whatever, and I'll be like, all right, cool. But the thing is that you didn't hear from her the whole night. It's 3, 4 in the morning. You don't hear from her, and it has never happened for 2 to 3 years. It has never happened.
I don't think you should jump to the conclusion that you're outside.
No, yeah, I wouldn't question.
I jumped to the conclusion, but y'all gonna sit there now wonder. Come on, guys.
If you 2, 3 years later, I feel like you build some sort of trust. Not all the way to
that question right now in this moment, so then you're gonna think about it. But if you were in the moment and that was happening, of course you'd be like, why aren't you trusting me? But for the most part, I don't think you're gonna assume that she's out there.
I would think that maybe she drunk and she got hurt.
But are you doing the same thing? Like, are you texting back every single hour or every single 30 minutes when you outside yourself? Like, if you coming back at 4 or 5 in the morning, are we keeping up with that?
I do.
Okay, so yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Like,
if your female is doing that, and you have because at the end of the day, we could be doing the same thing. But if it's somebody, like you said, that you actually given a chance to, that you actually care about, out of respect, you're not gonna do that to your significant other. So if you doing it consistently, to me, why would I ask a question?
I think it should be reciprocated. Once you go out, you should treat everything that you do the same way that the person wants you to treat. So if they respect you on that level to allow you to do certain things, so if you don't respond back, you're the type of person, you go out and then you don't respond to anything because you're out. I'm not the type of person. If I'm going out, I kind of don't respond at that moment in time when I'm asking a question. But at the end of the night, like, I'm always going to respond, like, saying I'm coming back home. So I'm not trying to say, like, I'm out with somebody. But for the most part, if I'm enjoying myself, it's to put the phones down and live, for the most part. So that's how I see it. You live in person. You don't really record. You don't exactly on the phone. Okay. And even then, I still even have a thing. How do y'all feel about...
I would still say an update, though.
I have a question. How do y'all feel about people having your location?
That's a good one. I like the follow-up.
Honestly,
When it comes to my wife, my bad.
I was gonna say honestly, I don't between like your closest, whether it's male friends or peers, I don't see a problem with it because at the end of the day, you could tell your boy like, "Oh, I'm going somewhere," but I'm going by myself. You got my location. You're the only one that they know if anything wrong happened. If like my location just randomly shuts off, or you just haven't heard from me. You knew the last place I was at.
Me personally, I don't share my location with my wife. Um, like she shares her location with me. That's as far as it goes for me. I don't really share it outside of her because one, I'm a grown man. Two, I know how to take care of myself, outside. So it's like I do it for my wife, so she could be like, it's another level of making your girl feel secure that you're doing the right thing. Some people might be like, oh, why you gotta do that? Oh, she's secure. It's not about her. It's about you making her feel comfortable. If you care about your other person, you're gonna go the extra mile to make them feel good all the way through, sexually, and everything. So to me, investing in giving your location to your girlfriend when you're outside, that matters. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I don't give Lacey my location, but I tell her I'm here and I send her a picture, I'm here. Sometimes I forget to do the whole share location thing, but she knows that I'm there.
So you don't share it like indefinitely, because I know I have your location. I don't check it, but like I have your location.
Just in case, because like I feel like so I do share my location with like multiple people.
So
depending on how close you are to me, like you family, brothers, and like that. But I never found the reason for a shorty or the person that you're dealing with to have the location, which is kind of like weird, but when you're growing up with people, when you go through like same situations, so say I was like high school or college, and I still friends to today, like that's the, I guess, history that you have with somebody for that person to be to have a location. Now, say hypothetically speaking, I've just been speaking with, I just started talking to the female, and we've been talking for maybe about 6 to 12 months, or I spoke to a year, whatever. I don't think she should have my location. I think when you become married into marriage or something super solidified, where like you're taking this person super seriously, y'all probably 2, maybe 3 years into it, et cetera, up into marriage. I think that's when it's necessary for somebody to have a location. But for the most part, if you're my girlfriend and you have that issue of trusting me or actually knowing exactly where I'm at, it's like, come on. Like I don't get it. What if I'm a delivery service person and I'm going to house and you just assuming
I feel like I feel like some people think about it more like as a safety net.
Yeah,
like with a significant other, like after I wouldn't say right away or like you said 6 or however many months I wouldn't share, but like after some time I'll share it, like just in case. Because as men, you own the car, I own the car. We always driving anywhere, wherever we may be driving. We could get into a car accident and be stuck in one spot. We might be so fucked up that we can't text on the phone like where we at. Nobody might hear from us for some time, but we always have our location shared like with the significant.
That's when you put it that way. That's exactly what I feel. That's what I think about it.
Like a safety net.
Yeah, basically. A lot of people a lot of people that are corny and mature and don't know about life. They see it the other way, like what I explained earlier. But when you're grown and you know what's up, you do it as a safety thing. It's not about, oh, my girlfriend thinks I'm cheating, so for me not to let her think that I'm cheating. Yeah. It's not about that. It's bigger than that.
Like I share my location with my mom, even though I know she doesn't know how to check it. I still share with her just in case.
That's your mom, but if you're talking to a female that you just started talking to, like I said, I feel
there's no way.
A year is not a long enough period. Some people start setting their location once they probably talk to a female for 3 to 4 years and stuff like that. I don't think that's the thing. But that's my opinion. I wouldn't just put myself in that position. Like I wouldn't allow my children to have that position. I don't know if it's one year. It's long. Yeah,
closer.
No, yeah, closer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
But yeah, now going based off that, right? What is some things like what is some things that you feel like is gonna give you like it's gonna alert you like that something is not normal, right? Since you guys basically say more Jaquan the Josiah said that you wouldn't really question much. So what are some things that you feel like, okay, let me start finding you questioning certain behaviors after a while? What is some things that make you, okay, you know what? Let me ask questions or let me see what's going on.
Can I say this?
Okay.
It's tough.
I would say time. Like if we're under a year, under 6 months, I would say there's no reason for me to question you. But if we've been dealing with each other for a couple years, 3, 4 years, now I feel like that's when I have the right to say, okay, I should question you. I feel like you're not doing the right thing.
It's tough to answer that question because I haven't been put in that type of position to set that type of boundary or whatever. Like, on that. You can't do this or you can't do that kind of thing. But for the most part, yeah, you can. But yeah, I never really had an opinion on it. I never really put in that type of position. So I don't know. I can't even answer that question.
Yeah, me, I like to question things because I feel like taking somebody for a fool or for granted starts with a person allowing it to happen in the first place. Um, I just feel like after a while, you gotta open your eyes and see what's going on. Some people just don't want to see it. Some people will be like, nah, that person will never do that to me. Especially the person that you lay down next to every day. So you don't want to believe that it could potentially happen. So like, you kind of like put the blindfold on yourself. And I've been there, done that, on both sides of the coin. So like, I know how it feels to like be damaged, and I know how it feels to be damaged. So like when you go through that type of series in life and you learn from it, you trying to safeguard your feelings. You're trying to safeguard your heart. So you're not gonna be there and allow certain things to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fool wants.
Trauma, yeah.
Yeah, literally. It's like relationship PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like I feel like I kind of went through something similar, like kind of like heartbreak. For me in high school, heartbreaks and stuff like that. And then it does alter, especially like how you go up and how you do like relationship, love, or like girlfriend and stuff like that. But you feel like somebody's always gonna be like playing you or something like that. But the thing is, one thing like growing up, I'm trying to learn is like you can't always feel somebody else always going to do that to you, always going to try to play you. But there are actually genuine people out there that really care, and even though you probably messed up or you probably fucked up in like anything type of shit, they're always like always there for you regardless of anything. Keep it straight and stuff like that. So I think those people that are out there that are genuine enough to do that, I think that's the type of people that you should keep around and often like take care of. Because not often you get those type of people in your life.
Facts.
That's just how I feel.
I mean, I love. This is the type of conversations I love. Like like gradually increasing the heat. um, Honestly, like having a forum of men speaking about stuff like this is not quite common, especially in our culture. In being like black, Latino, Caribbean, it's very difficult to sometimes um, talk about situations like this because some guys, their own machismo don't allow them to see things how they really are. Some guys are like they feel that they God's gift to earth, so they like, why would she cheat on me? I look this good. I got this big of a dick. Why would she walk away?
I mean, that can only go so long, Like after a period of time,
what up, Jay?
You're not a barbarian boss anymore, so it's like that can only go so long. You have to open up and say what's up. What's happening, gang? What's up?
Yo, Jay, comparte este video, vos. Yo, bro, share the video, bro. Compartilo, vos. At least one time for the one time, bro. Press the share button.
I feel like he needs to come up here one time.
Yes.
One time.
Yes, I told him he needs to be part of the show, but he be playing games.
Yeah, so let's do vibes, bro. Get up here. One time for the one time. We're going to talk about buenas noches. No buenas noches. Get up here.
Come on, bro. I thought that Leos was fierce. What's going on here?
So everybody's a Leo, huh?
He's a Leo.
When's your birthday?
August. That's a good test. August. You're Johnson. Don't crucify me, right? I believe Johnson's birthday is August. You guessing right or you know? Like, you okay? Okay. Okay, you said 13. I'm gonna say his birthday is. Yeah, it's embarrassing. His birthday is
Wait, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
His birthday. Oh, this hard. No, like I thought his birthday, like his birthday is like either August 8th or August 9th. Am I right, Jerry? I thought that'd be August 8th or August 9th. You wanna give a guess?
That's what I'm gonna say. If
he said 13th.
He said 13th?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna say the 10th.
The 10th?
That's like right in between.
Yeah, then I like the Bronx and Pass Oi. Yeah, this nigga youngster, bro. she's not even here tonight. Yo, bro, you should tag her. You should tag her, Johnson.
We have a good night tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to know no more of your little dirty shit. Don't tag her.
Oh my god, man. Yo, Jay, the fact that she saw you jerking off with that teddy bear, bro. That's crazy, bro. She saw you beating on me with that teddy bear, bro.
Yeah, sus.
Oh man. She said, "I'm not even a friend."
Tragic, my boy.
Yeah,
this is tragic, baby.
No me quiere. Yo, Jay, you didn't answer the question, though. You didn't say when is your birthday.
I want to see. I want to put five beans on. See who actually gets that. A nice steak.
I feel like Sam is more likely to. If he says the 8th or the 9th, it's one of the two.
I could be deadly wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But I'm pretty sure I know it's gotta be on the first week to the second week of August. I know that. I know it definitely. Yeah, he's not no July or August.
That's still
he's August.
That's 14 days.
Yeah, but anyway, let's continue with the conversation. So what's going on, everybody? Aquí estamos, Funko. Let's talk about it. No cap. Sensation, Messiah, Jaquan. That ain't tragic and blessing.
That's because I said that's tragic to this comedy.
Oh.
I'm not even friend. I said tragic.
Yo, John says I'm waiting the question. I'm gonna ask one of your sisters, bro. I'm gonna ask Stephanie. Like, when is your birthday? She might answer, but no, Stephanie, she's gonna ask why. Yeah. So fuck your drinking. Oh.
Everything. We drink at everything.
So, yo, Youngster, I want to ask you a question, bro. What you think about Diddy? Do you like his music? Are you gonna miss him now that he's going to prison?
Answer your question wisely.
Well, you gotta stop saying.
Hold on. Answer this question wisely.
That's when Sam and Simon were listening to it all the time.
Oh, yo, bro. You technically you like the first year Gen Z, but you grew up a lot.
Exposed. Let me ask you a question. Were you a fan of R. Kelly?
Hell yeah. Yo.
R. Kelly and Diddy?
Yeah, everybody was
a fan. This is a problem.
Bro, everybody was a fan of R. Kelly and Diddy in the 90s.
This is a problem.
Like nobody, even people in the comments, y'all gonna lie. If you were born between 1996 and below, you listen to R. Kelly. You cannot come here and cap and say that you don't know who R. Kelly is.
1997.
Yeah.
R. Kelly and Diddy though? R. Kelly and Diddy?
Yes, bro.
That's
how big that
are
is.
You still want to play
that's a fact.
His music in the spot?
Hell yeah. Me personally, I divide the artist from the demon.
The only song I would approve of from Diddy is More Money, More Problem. That's the only song I would approve of. That's the only song I would listen to myself. I'm only listening to More Money, More Problem. Everything goes by Diddy.
So the one that he made for
what you want to do? You want to be a baller, shot caller?
Hey.
More money, more
Yeah,
power.
y'all capping right now. They're capping right now. They're not
What do
drunk.
you mean they capping? I'm like, I'm literally the middle ground right now of like both your age and the youngest. Like, I'm like the middle ground. I'm like the only like.
All right, come on, because 97 I wasn't even born yet.
Wait, I know that, but still, like, you know, a couple of years, like I'm the middle ground between.
You are the middle ground, but
So you never heard the song by Kelly called "I'm the Greatest"?
I did hear the song. No, I'm not. R. Kelly is just like, yeah, he had good music. He had great music. Don't get me wrong, but after, you know, being on girls and stuff, like, I can't. I'm not vouching for anything.
But bro, you enjoyed it in the Boondocks, right? I rest my case, Judge. I rest my case.
I plead the fifth.
Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I'm not gonna say it like, oh man, he's a represent this that I don't know his music. He's a fucking demon. He's probably gonna rot in prison, but he still made a lot of legendary songs.
So because
I need to know part 1, part 2.
So because of the music, we overshadow what the person did.
That's what I'm saying. More money, more power is the only thing.
Honestly, a lot of people do.
That's a fact.
Michael Jackson, he was found not guilty, but then that thing, that aura of him being a pedophile.
But let's be real. That's true. But let's be real. How much are you paying Michael Jackson? How much are you listening to Michael Jackson?
Quite often, actually. I got to listen to Michael Jackson like. No, seriously.
No.
I heard it.
I haven't heard you play this. He does play Michael Jackson very often, but for the most part, like I don't listen to Michael Jackson. I probably like listen to him. But when you do listen to him, he play all the hits like once in a blue. But
that's what I say. It's like a once in a blue type of thing.
I'm not gonna say I'm rocking to Michael Jackson in my headphones every day. No, but I do this like. The last time I was in my, not this last game, but the game that I won with Juwan. The pool party. I played some Michael Jackson.
Any gigs I haven't heard of Michael. I haven't heard no Michael Jackson song.
Like, even in the decorate part?
None.
Oh, you probably want to get a pizza.
I did do that.
Shaq was there, like, Shaq, if he was here, he could vouch for me. He was there, like, I was playing all the classics. Some of the southern classics, you know, Bump B, Paul Wall, Mike Jones. Not Bone Tucks. Even the other side, but not that. Yeah. Basically, like, I kind of rely a lot on classic music because a lot of people like to reminisce. They like to relive when they were probably either younger or in their prime, or when they were probably they had the first ass and a certain song was playing. You know, like, so sometimes, like, I feel like that's what, like, the older songs kind of got compared to now. Now, the songs from now, they don't try to create a memory. They don't try to create an experience. They try to get you fucked up. They try to make you take pills. Like, oh, you're depressed? Songs. Or like 80% or 90% of Juice WRLD songs are about fucking getting high and taking pills. Because he's always depressed. Yes! Millennials won! Gen Z 0! Yes.
Nah, he's not lying though. Like, his music is about joints.
You have a point, but I mean, when we listen to all types of hip hop, at some point, Eminem is talking about all the crazy stuff that he talks about, and we sit there and we don't question nothing. We just move past it because he's white.
Well, I'm gonna test you like you tested me.
Even what Lil Wayne said.
Why Eminem song you could pull out on your top of your head? That is something crazy.
I'm not gonna pull up Stan, but if you look into that story, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not an Eminem head off the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie to you, but for the most part, if you go back and watch his videos, because I didn't grow up listening to Eminem often, but you go back and watch his videos, you can see how different he was in that time period.
Yeah, for sure.
That he was doing, and we still jamming to, we still rock to it, we still moving bop to it and shit like that. But we don't say nothing about him. But when we listen to Juice WRLD now, it's a modern day version of what kind of Eminem was doing because it's still about the poppy pills and weed and stuff like that. It's more exaggerated because it's played all over the radio. Eminem wasn't accepted on the radio. But when we listen to Juice WRLD, we listen to Lucid Dreams and everything he's saying, and that plays constantly, and it wasn't playing constantly, then we get judgmental about it.
That's very true, but Eminem didn't die.
Respectfully.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Like, how about all the other people all the other black artists that pop pills and died? Or got drinking and
but that honestly, a lot of more artists from this era have died of that than the artists from that back in the days. To be honest, a lot of classic artists and hip hop artists are still alive. Like Big Boy from Outkast. The other one from Outkast, I think the main one, the one that I like, the slim one.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who Outkast is.
I know who Outkast is.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how I know. I mean,
Twista's still alive.
But you gotta think about like
those are still alive.
How about all the other down south folks that passed away with the consumption of pills?
I mean, the main ones are still alive, but like T.I., Ludacris, Nelly, all the main ones that we remember.
I'm not gonna lie, I would say the old heads is not
T.I.,
bad.
Ludacris, and Nelly were all doing weed, pop pills, and drugs.
But all the rappers though, because that's what they rap about.
Bro. Like look at what's his name? Little John. Little John, he was one of those guys with the cups in the videos back in the days.
Was he doing coke?
Probably. I mean,
he wasn't one of those people. But you know, Whitney Houston. You
bro,
know,
she died way after, bro. She died like when she was.
Was she not singing and doing what? At the end of the day, that's a black artist.
How old was Whitney compared to Juice WRLD?
Whitney was 39. She could have died whatever. How old was Whitney when she died?
She was like 48.
All it takes is one bad, whatever you want to call it. That's all it takes is one bad of whatever you want to call it.
Because I know Juice WRLD was at least like 21, 22, 23. He wasn't not even 25.
But don't you think that as we get older, all the influences of everything that we've been doing is starting to now trickle down to the younger ages going up? Wait, 1 second. Only because in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, everything was very culturalized. You couldn't do certain things, etc. But as we grew older, things began to become a norm. Where in the 2000s, like you can go back forward to the 2010s and 15s, where everything started getting tight, started getting dressing looser. Drugs started being more involved and more hyperized, and then the invention of social media pretty much put all of that on the map. So now it's actually something that is so big in the media now, but it's been going on for years and years and years. And again, Juice WRLD passed away at the age of, I think he was 23. And he was about to turn 23, if I'm not mistaken, because I was in college at the time when he passed away. But for the most part, like, this has been a thing and a norm for like in the black community period and the hip hop community period. And it's just something that should stop. But again, I do agree that a lot of the artists that are coming out are dying either to, more or less bullets and overdosing, gun violence and overdosing on drugs and drinking and stuff like that.
It's either one or the two, though. It's either the violence or the overdose. But was Whitney Houston, but was Whitney Houston that kind of on the time, like I would say, like the drug use? She actually opened about her drug use.
No, they knew about it since Bobby Brown days.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that like Bobby Brown was the one that pulled her into that, which really wasn't like that. Based on like all the sources, like movies or documentaries now, Whitney Houston kind of started on her own. And then with Bobby, they just got together and started sharing that passion for drugs. But like, she kind of started on her own. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but like, she already had her own demons that she was fighting because she grew up a religious person. So when you grow up in that world where you pretty much cannot be yourself, sometimes you start trying things that's to be a rebel. So I feel like Whitney Houston was trying certain things to be a rebel, and then she got addicted to it.
But I feel like all artists do some kind of drug. Like I feel like that just helps them get deep down.
I mean, have you ever pumped Adderall?
I never did that.
Have you?
Oh no, I never done no drugs.
Oh, okay.
Only thing I do is alcohol.
Okay, but for the most part, I mean, I never popped out myself, but I heard that sensation does get you to the point where you actually.
I thought it was like a focus thing.
Yeah, that's a focus, and that's still a drug at the end of the day. Well, you take the drug to focus on what the weed do sometimes.
I wouldn't say weed. I feel like it makes you just like nothing. I would say.
But that's for your consumption. With other people, they take it to go to the gym and work out. Some people take it to use it and actually go play basketball and actually like.
Some people do use it as recovery as well.
So yeah, it's like it depends on the type of effect that you do. The Adderall is a pusher. It's to get you hype. Well, not hype, but more focused.
I feel like first it was like alcohol. I think I was talking to you about it earlier, or maybe it was earlier. I think it was yesterday, where like alcohol is something that I do when I'm around y'all with family, having a good time, or when I'm doing the cast. But normally I don't drink. Mm-hmm. If you open my fridge there, I have beers from like from that weekend. So it's like I don't drink unless I feel like it's a lit vibe. Let me drink a little bit, but I feel like I'm in control of it. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink daily.
I feel like even if I feel like alcohol becomes a problem when alcohol starts to define you.
Bingo.
Like bingo. I won't say, but there has been like a time frame, like when you was here before you was living here. I would say in February, we were drinking alcohol damn near every day, but it didn't necessarily define us. Like we didn't let the alcohol control us. We would just simply have a good time.
But yeah, it's only when you like. Because I think it's a social thing. When you socially doing it, it's like. You can control it because that's a social value. When you're doing it by yourself and when you're doing it too often, that's when it becomes something that I feel like kind of detrimental to yourself. Especially if you're just like, even with the like consumption of weed, depending on how many times of use that you do it there, it can really be detrimental to yourself. Now, if you take a split one time after work, it's almost like taking a pill one time after.
I wouldn't say that though. I would just say like if it becomes a problem, like if it's affecting your behavior, your everyday life, then I would say it's like a problem. There was a point in time where, we all might have maybe smoked a couple of spliffs or blunts throughout the day, but it never changed who we were. So if it changes your character, if it changes like your demeanor, the way you act as a person, that's when it becomes a problem.
I feel like that's just exposing who you truly are. I feel like if any drugs or alcohol make you change your character. It's not changing your character. It's just exposing who you truly are. Basically, when you're sober, it's like it's a mask. Like when you're sober, you Bruce Wayne. When you get fucked up, you Batman.
Sort of, kind of, but you're allowing, because you're allowing other emotions and stuff like dictate your actions.
Yeah, like get the best of you.
And if you can't control your emotions and your actions, then that's when you're pretty much done for life because now you're allowing whatever you want to do, just do it and go out and do it, which is. Okay, but that's a barbaric way to go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start drinking and you want to go and rage, you want to be upset and angry at everybody drinking, then that's like, damn.
And I wouldn't blame like the alcohol or whatever drug it is people may be taking. I wouldn't blame that on that. Like people just, they've been dealing with these problems all along. Obviously, I will say that's something that's a problem within yourself as opposed to blaming them. Whatever it is, whatever your hobby is, whether it's alcohol, weed, or whatever drug, Adderall, shrooms, I feel like that's you as a person. You've always had these problems, but you only brave to show it now that you're all like you're under the influence. Yeah, but I wouldn't blame like the alcohol and stuff because you always had that problem realistically. But you're showing it now, you're acting out now. Because you're under the influence. Bingo.
But see,
that's what I mean. They're exposing who you truly are.
But that's the thing. That's what happens going on in society. Now, if you go out and you do that, you allow a person to go to like, again, a break room where you go to the forest and you got that person in and you allow them to act like wild beasts and stuff like that. I bet you're going to be scared and think about what can you possibly do to be like cool, calm, and collected. For the most part, you're going to start to like lash out and turn into that barbaric animal that you was from before. Because it's a psychological thing. We went through ages and time periods of, controlling ourselves and understanding how to not let our feelings overreact. Because if we did, honestly, we were all walking around here acting like we're Vikings, just killing and raping and taking, sorry for the word, robbing and just like wilding and stuff. So it's like we can't live like that in this world. We have to live with some type of mindset. Because again, if you just take one drink, because the Vikings used to take drinks after drinks and still have to conduct themselves or whatever the way that they did. But for the most part, we just drink a bottle of whatever and we going out there wild and tweaking and tweaking. It's like, damn, like you can't. I don't want to go out with you no more. I want to do that no more because that's detrimental to yourself. But now everybody else is now judging you or you judging yourself or the actions that you've done and stuff like that. So It's like not even, let's not even go down that path and try to avoid that for the most part.
Yeah. Like me personally, speaking on like a little bit of a personal experience, like me, like um, yes, alcohol, definitely the chemicals, your brain chemicals or your brain wave, whatever you want to say, changes when you alter it by putting either drugs or alcohol in your system. So we all know that like sometimes some people get liquor coverage. Sometimes liquor takes out a side of you that you normally wouldn't take out when you're normal because you don't have that self that bravery, that self esteem to handle certain situations when you're sober. So you feel like you need to take a few shots or you need to take a few puffs, whatever, whichever one you feel like that you need to get you to the mindset. So like me personally, I'm not a very aggressive person. I'm not. But sometimes when alcohol is in my system, I don't lash out like some other people. I don't go in bar fights. I don't do stuff that I seen other people under that alcohol system do. I lived under somebody for a couple of years of my life. I had a landlord that definitely had alcohol problems. Probably his entire family maybe did. And they all literally had like a mini Royal Rumble on a weekend basis. That's an alcoholic problem. That's when you literally have no control over the alcohol. So like when it happens like once in a blue moon, once in a while, like it has happened to me, it's like it's probably suppressed or repressed anger that you let out after holding it back for so long. So it happens. But when you do make it a habit where you do a weekend and a week or daily, that's literally that's you, like you said, that's your behavior, that's who you are as a person, and you're using alcohol or weed or any drug as an excuse to be an asshole. Like you're using anything that happened to you to be an asshole. Like that's a victim mentality. We're like, oh, I got the right to behave or act this way because this happened to me. No, you don't, because there's all the people around the world that probably went through the same shit as you, and they're not acting like you.
So that's what I mean. That's still like a personality thing because if you don't like at the end of the day, we're all grown. Like if you can't take accountability for your actions, then you don't belong doing drugs or drinking alcohol because that's just gonna cause a bigger outrage.
I, I would say like, what if the effects of whatever you use continue to do the opposite? So again, like what if weed doesn't do the opposite, does the opposite of what drinking does? So drinking does get you like hypertension and you wanna, you know, it makes you very aggressive. With weed does the opposite. And if that kind of changes the balance of the way I truly react to certain things, and it kind of mellows it down instead of drinking and keeping you up, up. 'Cause I know when I used to like play football and I used to go to college, like drinking weed or be a thing that we do often, and you couldn't smoke and stuff like that in college. So I didn't do that. I drank more than I smoked, but that made me like super aggressive, super like not angry, but very like strong. Like when I do stuff like that, I don't know if it's seen a lot, but when you like smoke is more or less like calm down and mellow. You cool down, everything like slows down for you, etc. I'm not saying that I do not do it often, but it does give you that different effect.
I would say I know who I am, like as a not obviously everybody not the same way, but I know like who I am as a person. So it don't matter what I do. I feel like I'll always be the same, like in the same state of mind.
I agree.
It just don't abuse it because I feel like when you start to abuse it is when your true colors start to show. If you just doing it just like on a social thing, there's no problems because you're not abusing it. Nobody's ever gonna have a problem.
Like obviously, like even doing this with you guys is a positive outlet for me personally. Doing a talk show, a talk stream, whatever you want to call it, to be able to have conversations about pretty much anything because we do. It's a way to like let out either stress or just want to have fun. So it's a positive way to like convey your emotions. While we drink it, right? But it's a very positive way to do it. And there's some people that don't know how to do that because they just like they need gravi- what's the word gratification. They need gratification, and sometimes the only way for them to get that is to get attention. And how are they gonna get attention? By acting up. How are they gonna act up? Most of the time when you're drinking, Like it's like you said earlier, John. Well, decided. it's it's a psychological thing. You know, at the end of the day, everybody has some type of demon. I look at the guy from Subway. I used to believe in that nigga, yo. Like I used to believe in him. Like I was in high school, like damn, they think I lost like 300 pounds just eating Subway. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, this I know that this nigga was a super pedophile. You know, like so it's like sometimes some of the people that we look up to deal with a lot of the struggles that us regular people do too. But the difference is that they're in a more like in a microscope than we are.
So going based off exactly what you just said, it's like, say for me, right? I'm older than Juice, and right, it's crazy because I listen to his music and it's like so almost relatable but not relatable. But when you listen to some of the things that he actually talks about and things that he say, it's like we all go through the same exact thing that he goes through. And it's more about it's like life music.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's 100% relatable, but like we just had this conversation yesterday. Everybody uses a different way to cope. Like for me and you, like you said yesterday, you took whatever it is that you were going to cope out of football, which I think the same thing. But some other people decide to resort to either drugs or alcohol, you know. At the end of the day, I feel like it's just all about what your coping mechanism is.
Yeah, and for some people, their coping mechanism, all they know, all grown up to know is like taking drugs. So it's like, if it's not a norm, if it's not different for somebody else to take drugs, if it's not something like an outlet for them to look at basketball, like things that we kind of go up doing, their norm is either gun violence or drugs, and that's what they know, that's what they grew up with. Knowing that their parents, aunties, uncles, and shit like that, all the people that they grew up around do the same exact thing. It's like, it's not going to be different for them growing up. And you're going to constantly live in a cycle where if my mom did it and her grandmother did it and her grandmother did it, it's like that norm is going to continue to be the same exact thing. So I'm not saying that his family was involved in drugs or anything like that. I'm not saying that his mom and father was involved in drugs, but drugs are just getting into somebody's system at a young age and growing up using it, taking it, and abusing it. It's like you just get accustomed to it, and as the money's flowing in, as money starts flowing in, it's something that's consumable for you. Often, like it's something that you eat, it becomes a norm. So whatever that drug is that person is using, they're using it and it's working for him. Started making him make the best music of his lifetime and stuff like that. Regardless of him not being sober, but for the most part, if I'm not, I think that Juice WRLD was actually sober sometimes when he made some of his music, and they were like some of the best hits of his life. So,
yeah, I mean, it's like an interpretation for everything. Like that's one of the things that about nowadays in 2024 that the way society is. Everything has a label. Everything has an explanation. Everything has a rationality behind everything. And sometimes there isn't. Like I said in the car earlier. To me, there's no gray areas, black and white. It's like that's just how I view life because it has helped me understand that sometimes there's no reason why certain people are. They just are. You know, there's some like you be like, damn, why is it that like I grew up with this person in the same environment, the same upbringing and everything, and how come we so vastly different? At this point, it has to do with personality, behavior, and DNA, right? Even though we share the same DNA, same time, especially you like same mom, same dad. Come on. So like sometimes some people are just born that way. Some people, no matter what, like you could put them in Catholic school or private school. It doesn't matter. Some people are just born with like a certain demon inside of them that no matter what a good upbringing you try to give them, they just are.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the human, our biology, regardless of anything. And I think, I think it's about experience as well because, again, all three of us grew up in the Bronx, shout out to the Bronx, New York, and stuff like that. But for the most part, all of our upbringing, all of our experiences changed us to the type of people that we are today. I know that you're a little bit older than us, Justin's a little bit older, I'm younger than us as well, but we all went through our different experiences and it made us into the people that we are today. Again, if somebody pulls up on us, we all have different type of reactions and different type of, things that we would probably say to that person. But again, we all grew up in different places, so our reactions, our mindsets might be different from exactly what situation that we would be put in or what situation we were already put in. So I think we are not born with those separate demons. I think a lot of our experiences our demons come through our traumas and what we had to go through in moments where we couldn't defend ourselves or we always go back and think like, damn, I could have done this in this moment and never get that experience. So that demon sits on our shoulders like, damn, you could have done this or you could have did this and your reaction could have happened this at that moment, stuff like that. And we always sit back in our brain with the recollection of, damn, I could have changed this. But it's also the same for, I guess, hanging out and having the time of your life with your people. Because then you're like, damn, this is all I ever wanted. This is something that I've always wanted to do and stuff like that. Because when you sit down with your people and you're having that type of moment, it's like the moments that you can't get back, but it does feel like you're in heaven. Because that's all you really think about. When you want to be in heaven, you always think about, I would just want to sit down with my family, have a couple beers, have a couple smokes, and probably have some food. And we all sitting down at the table all together, we just having fun, laughing, etc., etc. So it goes hand in hand. And that's why I truly believe in like a lot of the stuff that I think about in this world and how it changed me and turned me into the person that I am today and allow me to speak like this and allow us to all share our interpretations of how, what the world should be. So, like,
Fucking love it. What about you, Coin?
I agree with everything he said. I feel like most of our demons come from experiences. Like this is like kind of summary what he said, summarize what he said. Most of our demons come from like experiences, things that we've been through at an early age. Ultimately, plays a big factor of who we become when we're older.
And I know for like the older folks, older than me, people running their 50s or 60s or whatever, mental health thing wasn't a thing in their time. So I know a lot of them like had to deal with it and suppress it. So a lot of them end up growing up and becoming old with the same trauma, and then they pass that trauma to the next generation. So like,
I feel like mental health, using the excuse of mental health is a cop out.
what do you mean?
Like I feel like it's just pretty much like an excuse because everybody goes through things sometimes, but everybody handles it differently. So you may go through something. Not saying that I haven't, but you may go through something worse than I did, but you acted out in a whole complete different manner than the way that I acted out. True. So I would look at it as that's just a cop out. Like you're just not self-disciplined. Like you don't have the discipline enough to, hold yourself together or go find the help that you need.
I think mental health also does come from experiences as well. It's a wishy-washy kind of thing because again, you never know what the person does go through. I know that it is not a cop out because not anybody can really say that I've been dealing with mental health and this and that and the third. But again, everybody's experience is a little bit different from others. Um, it's a tough kind of like talk. It's definitely a tough conversation only because.
So let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel about people that commit suicide?
Oh, okay, so this is an extremely sensitive topic, so let's tread carefully. Let me just say that. Uh, um, okay, having suicidal thoughts often come from not being able to like let go of that feeling, let go of that episode that was extremely traumatic in your life, where like you just feel like shit every day and you don't know how to cope with it. And you just start thinking negative thoughts. And oftentimes it doesn't happen overnight. It builds up over time. And a lot of times, a lot of these people, like even when you try to seek help, the help that's given to them is not enough. Let's have some example. Let me give you an example. Let's say you see somebody get decapitated in front of your fucking face. Well, most people cannot outlive that.
That's true, but not to fight back to what you're saying, but I'm gonna just give another example. What if it's somebody that seen their mom got killed or their dad got killed, and I'm not gonna say I never necessarily had suicidal thoughts, but I would like to say a lot of like majority or a lot of people have suicidal thoughts. But you seen somebody get decapitated as opposed to somebody that seen their mom get killed right in front of them, and the person that saw somebody get decapitated decides to kill herself. How would the person that seen their mom get killed? We're dealing with the same thing. It's trauma at the end of the day, and it's crazy trauma. But I didn't. I chose to. I basically realized that I'm bigger than whatever scenario, whatever problem it is in life. But I didn't decide to kill myself.
So my response to that is because some people are like mentally and spiritually stronger than others. Sometimes I feel like if you let's say if you've been you grew up with a good parenting where like, they touch a little bit about church and then you went to school and you got a good village, good people surrounding you. Sometimes that help strengthen your own mental health, like your own strength internally. So like some people don't have that. Some people don't have that support, so they get weaker. It's like they keep living every day. So it's like they like in a never ending fight, and then that fight ends up winning.
Would you say they get weaker, or would you say like maybe they just not like mentally tough enough?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're not mentally tough enough. They don't have anything to help them grow their strength. Maybe at the beginning they thought they could cope with it, and then they realized it affected them more than it actually did. Sometimes it doesn't develop in 1 year. Sometimes it takes years. When you start to develop, you start to think about, damn, I could have done something differently in that situation. Let's say if you could have helped somebody and you didn't help that person, it fucks with you. Or let's say like you were like Batman. Let me give an example. I love comics. I love Marvel and DC. Shout out to Marvel Studios. um, Batman, right? Perfect example. His parents got killed in front of him. You know, extreme trauma.
What am I revenge for?
Yes, he went to Japan, China. He got learned martial arts, learned extreme training, the League of Shadows, and everything. By the time he came back, he had control over his emotions. He has control over his mindset. He became a Jedi. Let's put it like that. And he used Bruce Wayne, who he used to be, as a cover up to who he became. So like he would use the nighttime, putting that cape on as a way to release his anger, his frustrations, his sadness on criminals. So it was a negative but positive outlet. But how many people can become Batman? How many people have that way to like, yo, let me go and like, let's say as an example, as somebody got raped, let me go on a killing spree of all the rapists. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that they wish they could do it, and they will fucking do it if they can. You know what I'm saying? But this is not a comic book. This is the real life. We got rules and regulations, and there's consequences to every action. So most people that go through something, they try to cope with it because they're afraid to act in how they actually feel towards anything that triggers that emotion. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that have seen this situation with Diddy or when Jeffrey Epstein or Harvey Weinstein or R. Kelly, they feel sometimes they probably triggered. They got triggered by it. They're like, yo, I went through something like that, and my situation, I never got discovered. I never got justice. So now they feeling like at least seeing these people pay makes me feel some type of way in a good way. That at least I didn't get justice for my own perp, but those perps are getting arrested. So it's like a coping mechanism, But those are the strong-minded people. The weak-minded people can't. And it's not they weak as a person. It's just they get debilitated. And I'm not making excuses, bro. I'm not making excuses because I'm that one of those people that I don't believe in excuses. But I also believe in actual real facts and rationality. When somebody goes through some heavy shit in life, sometimes that toll is hard. It's hard to pay.
It's harder to withstand and hold in your mentality, your mental.
Breaks
To
it
go
down.
years and years and years with it, Again, everybody's experience is different. You can go years and years and years.
Everybody experiences different
Whatever
situation. But how many people are there like that's in this world? Like everybody experiences different, but that's very true. But there's also people that you may share the same. It's very likely that there's people not just in the U.S. or in New York or in Texas, like throughout the whole world, that you share the same experience with that acted differently.
But that's the thing; they never get to meet those type of people unless, like the internet became a place where it became an outlet for other people to connect worldwide. But if you're in a small town and like
I feel like that's where it is
Idaho
now,
or like these places where like these small town people, it just depends, bro. Like again, it doesn't have to be a small town because even in China, China I think has the highest rate of suicides and stuff like that for the most part, and it's pretty crazy that that's a thing for the most part. But it's like you don't know what these people are dealing with on a daily lifestyle where all you do is just wake up, work. You don't get to meet people. You don't get to hang out with family. You don't get to, you're just doing the same thing. Become like almost like a rat on a spin wheel. And you're just running and running until you pretty much kill yourself. You're working until you kill yourself. And some people don't want to do that for the most part. So unfortunately, like again, through everybody's experience and through everybody's own pathway through their lifestyle, the way that they live, that's all they can really like go based off of and make the decision that they usually make. And unfortunately, it's honestly not something that people want to think about or talk about or as often. But that's something that just became a norm as of recent. I think almost more publicly shown and socially shown from 2010 to now, where it's actually something that people can talk about and actually have an outlet to actually express how they feel deep down inside and get that time period to actually go online and actually express themselves and how they feel, on a daily basis. Because again, not many people have a podcast or have a camera or a laptop or mic to actually come up here and speak about what they want, speak about how they really feel, and stuff like that. And I know for ourselves, we got things that we have to deal with on our own, but we still come up here and we still give like entertainment and have conversations that most people don't get to have because maybe their families in Honduras and they're the only people here just trying to figure out, or their family or their peoples is in gangs and stuff like that, and they don't want to go that same route, and they don't know how to get to that outlet. So it's like we are still almost inspirations for them as well, regardless of anything.
Yes. Damn, I love this topic.
Yeah.
No, that
He
ass.
sounds depressing. I don't know what he sounds like, but I love this topic,
Yeah,
man.
like I just love real shit. I love real convos. I love mature convos. I love convos that like I love uncomfortable topics because a lot of people shy away from it, and I feel like me growing up in Honduras, that's one of the reasons why some of the beatings that I got was because some of the situations were too uncomfortable for my caretakers to deal with. So they rather just look the other way. Oh no, vos sos mañoso, or vos sos malcriado, and you deserve it. Instead of realizing that no, maybe it's not that. Maybe I am really good at this. So it's one of those things where like I like this type of conversation because it makes it okay in my brain to know that maybe somebody out there could fucking relate. Maybe there's somebody out there that grew up in Honduras in the 90s like I did, that got beat like I did. You know what I'm saying?
There's always somebody that can relate. Whether you know them or not, though, there's always somebody because there's so many people
That go through
worldwide
Bingo.
that goes through similar things. Maybe they're not their family or they're not from Honduras. They could be from
China.
freaking China, Iceland, Greenland, whatever, that go through the same things that we go through, but they may handle it a complete different way that we.
I do. I do agree with that.
Yeah, 190s. Yo, shout out to my bro Kino G. Shout out to my bro Kino G. Yeah, 190s, definitely. Honestly, man, like at this point in time, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. I feel like you gotta give it the benefit of a doubt to people that are really mentally struggling. Not everybody's looking for attention. That's what happens with suicide. Some people shut it down because they feel like, or if I talk about it all the time, they're gonna think I'm bitching. So let me just keep it to myself because I don't want to be a nuisance to nobody. And that's how you build up. Like I'm kind of like one of those people where like I kind of hold a lot of things in and I don't really talk about it because I feel like after a while it becomes repetitive. After a while, people start judging you based on your trauma. They don't try to understand you. So it's like, oh, why you keep mentioning this? Oh, I already heard this. Yeah, but I'm telling you again because it affected me that much that the only way I could cope with it is by talking about it over and over again. And a lot of therapists understand that. That's when they become psychologists or even psychiatrists. They understand that like some patients they relive that trauma often that they gotta talk about it all the time. It's not that they're trying to be annoying. It's just to them for them not to go kill somebody or do some crazy shit. For them, it's better to talk about it.
I agree with that comment. Make you or break you.
Yeah.
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 Are you? I definitely agree with you.
No, sure.
But like these are the type of topics that like we talk about here. Let's talk about it. No cap. I'm Sensation, Jaquan. No, sorry, Josiah, Jaquan, and we always talk about things like this, and we don't only talk about freaky shit because I know that there's a lot of people that probably think, oh, all they talk about is sexual stuff. No, we don't. We actually are able to have articulate conversations about different matters of life. You know, so this is one of them. Mental health. I know we touched mental health topics in the past, but not as thorough or deep as this, because I feel like this is the deepest I've had this type of conversation, especially with fellow males. You know, like it feels good, man. It feels good. Letting go is a key as well.
I agree. Letting go is definitely that's the main key.
It's easier said than done, though.
It is easier, but that is just looking at a comment like letting go is key as well is very true. But like you said, it is easier said than done because in order for you to be better for yourself, you have to let it go. Like that's just a proven fact. Like throughout humanity, it's a proven fact. Let it go, and you'll feel better. But whether a person is capable of being able to let it go or not, that's not up to us. Everybody is different. All individuals are different. So yes, I may be able to let it go, but hypothetically speaking, you may not be able to let it go. But the only way you're going to be able to better yourself is if you let it go.
Kiddo D said repeating trauma harms mental health by reinforcing negative emotions, preventing healing, and increasing stress. Facts. It's true. It's true. I mean, man, honestly, I completely agree with everything that he just wrote right there. It does. It's just some people don't know how to. I would say, okay, I'm one of those people that I used to have trouble letting go, but I let go, but I don't forget. That's my problem. I don't forget.
I definitely don't forget neither.
Meaning like anything that reminds me of somebody that like let's say present like what I was trying to explain to you guys the other day. Anybody that presents a certain similarity to a certain personality, it automatically kind of triggers me because I know where it leads to. I know how a bully becomes a bully because I lived it. I know how a bully tries to overpower you. He's gonna come and try to like make a bitch out of you in front of everybody to humiliate you because in his mind he's owning you. And then after he owns you mentally, he's gonna try to own you physically.
But there's also tactics to show like how a bully can also play the victim and also take advantage of always being the victim and getting that way of showing that I'm always the victim and stuff like that, and then getting that the opposite, like it's like a almost an opposite attraction. Like I'm always the one that's being like picked on, etc. So I should always deserve the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes that shouldn't be a way as well, because again, like there's no reason to be a bully, but then there's also you can't always assume that the victim is always the victim when they can always, be stronger and always grow, because again, like through our experiences and through our growing up, we go through certain things where we have to kind of switch that personality and that person in us and not allow that to happen, of course, but then again, not allow that to affect us to being the person that we kind of don't want to be, or allowing everything to also negatively affect us as well. But again, we don't support the bully aspect, and we know when a bully is being a bully because of the way that they're shown in the perspective that alpha of that thing that they do that always annoys every single person, not only that specific person and stuff like that. Because again, like I've been a part of situations where I can walk down a block and it is my even like down the block from where I live at, and somebody pressing me for my G-Shock and asking me like, "Yo, let me get that," etc. And it's more than like 3 people, 4 or 5 people following me. And again, that's mentally traumatizing as a kid in middle school, 8th grade, walking out to going home just to get pressed by a G-Shock, and that was those time periods. So it's like you grow from that, but then you understand like you can't let that actually negatively affect you because you grew to become better than what that person was. You always got to be better than that person than who that person was. Because
one thing I always told myself is the problem bigger than you, or are you bigger than the problem?
I mean, like when you and like to be honest, this you also have to come down to this. I'm gonna be completely honest. When you're on the opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to size, it's easier to say that. That guy's as big as fuck compared to me. Yeah, probably bigger than me in middle school. I used to be like 4'9". So it's like when you're in a bigger size, it's easier to step up to another person that's around your size or probably smaller than you or a little taller than you. But like It's different. It's like a mental thing when somebody that's like 6'5" comes and stands on you, and you like this. Like, it's like right there, the arm's length is already longer than yours. It's like when you calculate the fight scenario and you know that most likely by the time you try to swing, his swing is gonna reach you first. You know, it's like a psychological thing where like you start to understand when you're a kid, not an adult. When you're a kid, when you haven't developed who you are as a person yet, you fear domination. You fear people trying to like own you.
I mean, my fault, Justin. I don't because it's different for all of us. We all have different sizes. Like Justin is I think 6'2", I'm 5'10". I believe you are 5'7", 5'5". So for the most part, I feel the same exact way. Don't get me wrong, I'm 5'10". So when I see a person that's maybe 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", it's like, and I play football. So I was never the biggest. I was one of the smallest as well growing up. Like even in my high school football team, I was probably maybe $175, maybe less. I had to grow to 195 pounds in order for me to even play college football. So I was actually very, very skinny going in the time. Actually, to go against that, when I'm not gonna front, I'm gonna keep this in the chat. But one of the first times that I ever realized that I had to become stronger was when my freshman year of football. I'm chilling in the rec room, and there's this guy. He was from Long Island, and a lot of the football players from Long Island, they work out. So he came to school, and it was something like we were playing, but like we were tussling, man tussling and stuff like that. And when I tell you, he grabbed me by my shirt, and he pushed me all the way to like the glass, not even the glass wall, but it was like
he manhandled.
Yeah, pretty much. And he literally slid me across. Like literally damn near the whole entire room. That's when I realized as a football player, I can't allow another person to ever do that again. So what did I do? I gained weight, I worked out, bench press, squat, etc., got stronger, so on and so forth. So that was never allowed to happen. And again, I learned from it, and that's something that was never done to me again. When I went on the field, I was stronger, faster, and more explosive. So that was never something that could happen again. But again,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, basically, do something about the problem so it doesn't happen.
Hell yeah. So
let me give you this example. What about somebody like Rey Mysterio? You think he will ever outdo Braun Strowman, no matter how strong?
I mean, in this time period, no. But when he was younger, when he was younger,
it depends on the mindset.
Bro, Floyd Mayweather knocked out Big Show. Wait, talking about Floyd Mayweather knocked out Big Show. That was. Come on, bro.
It was staged. Don't get me wrong. It was staged. But was Mayweather actually scared of Big Show?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. Did the life beat?
Yes. That's an opinion, though. That's not a fact.
Come on,
that's an opinion. We would never know if it's a fact because we don't know the nigga. We would never know. That's what I'm saying.
So how do you feel about the John Wick movie? The John Wick fighting the 7'7" phenom NBA basketball player. I know it's a movie, but for the most part, agents that are smaller than those big people that take it down. Because that happens. If you're a Navy SEAL and you're going against
it could happen if you're extremely trained. If you like a lethal weapon. Like you fucking like elite Navy SEAL,
bro, I feel like
Army Ranger type nigga. Bro. Like, okay. But how many people are Navy SEAL Army Ranger out there?
That's true, but I feel like it's mindset.
If you're in UFC and you train to become a UFC fighter, oftenly, there is nobody that can come up to you regardless of anything. Legally, you have weapon. Yeah, your body's a weapon of destruction, which means that if I go up to you and try to fight you physically, like you can defend yourself, but if you came to pick a fight on with me, any UFC fighter, bro, they would go to jail. Boxers would go to jail. If you any person, so it's like
that's trained.
It's like
that's because they're professional.
Yeah, they licensed. So they have to. So but you train to get to that. So you have to train yourself in order for you to defend yourself, right? So again, Javante Davis goes. Justin goes and pulls up to Jaquan goes and pulls up to Javante Davis. He's 6'2". Javante Davis is only 5'5", maybe 5'7". What do you think is gonna happen?
That's a bad. I would say somebody like might going to Big Show or Undertaker.
No, I'm saying you're 6'2", and Javante.
I see what he's saying. That Justin is bigger than him, but he's more trained than Justin. So like he's still gonna rock Justin's ass.
He can physically defend himself. Yeah. For no knowledge. Respectfully. That's like me.
Bro, he's professional. All right, because I was about to say this since 10 minutes ago, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not scared of no. Like I'm not scared of no male on this earth. Like we all.
I never said you were scared.
No, that's a fact.
I never said you were scared.
But
But again, if you put Justin on, if you put boxing gloves on with any fighter that's been training for more, that has a professional boxing
Are you saying I'm gonna get knocked out?
Yes.
I'm not saying that you're gonna get knocked out, but you might get your ass knocked. Like,
no, it's like he's knocked out, bro. Like, it's not sugar coated.
All right. That's not gonna sit there. But am I gonna back down?
No, you don't have to back down.
Yeah, even only because you don't show fear doesn't mean you're not gonna get your ass whooped.
That's a fact.
Again, if I go into the military right now and want to go fight a sergeant that was probably the same age as me that went into the military at the age of 18, we were both 25. He was 25, and I'm 27. I would probably get knocked out by the person that's been in the military or probably anything because that's what they're trained to do. This is naturally what they're trained to do.
But genetics also play a factor in
that's true. This. Okay, but look.
Like yes, I see what you're saying. Like, okay, when you said the example of him being like 6'2" and the Davis guy like 5'5", 5'5", right?
Maybe around 5'7".
So like
he might be shorter, but carry on.
So like I see.
I hope Javante Davis see this too, because I just want to know.
Bro.
I don't care. You come for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna walk away.
Javante Davis, if you see this, bro,
I'm gonna knock you out.
Yeah, bro. He is 5'5". Javante Davis is 5'5".
Bro, like
wait, how tall are you saying?
5'5".
Stand up. Justin, stand up. Stand up.
This doesn't play justice. It's worse than this. Like that scene is worse.
Again, he's 5'5".
Yeah.
Javante Davis is 5'5". I don't know how many pounds, but he's 5'5".
Like honestly, look, I always use this guy Napoleon Bonaparte as an example.
But he lost his match to. He tried to eat too much and over.
He did, but he still conquered.
Well, what's the terminology that we have?
Little man syndrome.
Napoleon.
Napoleon. The Napoleon syndrome.
You can't always live by the Napoleon syndrome.
No, meaning that's my point. He literally couldn't shake it off that he was smaller, so he lived with that to the point that he outgrew everybody. He became a conqueror.
Or maybe,
right?
Or maybe it wasn't just. All right, I heard a quote, right?
Uh-huh.
I heard a quote at a really young age that I feel like I live by. Ever since I heard that quote, I live by it every day. Hard work works more than talent when talent doesn't work itself.
I agree.
So don't get me wrong. Back to the whole Javante Davis thing, because will probably never happen. But Javante Davis has more talent than me. But if I feel like I work harder than him, who's to say he will knock me out?
If we just
honestly, bro,
like for a whole year,
he's like
you probably do what you got.
A year though, you could, bro. Somebody of Javante Davis' stature, you literally could study him and all his tendencies.
So, do you believe in arrogance? In like athlete arrogance?
That's very, I believe in
it. Bro, I had a person tell me before, like, I had a close friend, and hopefully he sees me. I had a close friend told me that, I can stop Miami Heat LeBron James.
Oh my God!
I can stop LeBron James.
Oh Lord! Like this is nonsense. This is utter nonsense. This is my thing. Like some of y'all delusional right now. Like, delusional is the proper term for this conversation right now. It's like somebody saying like, oh yeah, I could outdance Michael Jackson when he was on his prime. No, you fucking.
I know I can't dance. I know I'm super athletic too. And outdance Michael Jackson.
So you could outplay Tom Brady in his prime.
I'm a quarterback.
Ah, come on!
I'm a
quarterback. Bro, stop it! Stop it!
Look. The only reason why I would say I'm better than Tom Brady is because Tom Brady can't run. He can run, but he's not that. That's not his cup of tea. That's my cup of tea. I could throw the ball and run.
So you publicly stating that you're better than Tom Brady.
I'm publicly stating right now that Tom Brady's not doing nothing with me on the football field in comparison. I respect it. Yeah, everybody has their respectfully. Everybody has their own. Bro, Tom Brady lasted so long. Tom Brady lasted so long for the simple fact that he didn't put himself in harm's way. because he was more of a thrower of the ball than taking a risk. He didn't put himself at risk, though. He didn't put himself in harm's way. He was always smart. I'm the type of player where I'm going to take that risk. I don't care if I'm 40 years old. If I got to go run for 50 yards and go against a freaking Ray Lewis, fucking Ray Lewis, I'm going head on.
Do you think that's just the youth speaking right now?
No, that's just always been my mentality. That's just always been my mentality. I'm a big person. I'm a big person. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big person, but I'm not the biggest person. I've gone against people that's bigger than me. That doesn't mean I should be scared of them.
No, not at all. We're not talking about you having fear. It's just like the realistic factor in a matching class. That's where the conversation started.
But realistically, Tom Brady can't run. So realistically, he can't run. Tom Brady can't run.
Ray Lewis was 6'1", 230 pounds.
All right, and right now I'm 6'2", 230 pounds.
Josiah's looking at
I'm just saying, we all have. Again, I honestly want to be out there when I used to. I agree, bro. Like, I thought. I mean, I was close to it. It could have been P1 and probably, hopefully, attempting it to NFL, but most part, I like those situations.
Yo, Shaq, you should tag Tom Brady, bro. Shaq, tag Tom Brady right now.
Please tag Tom Brady. All I need is an opportunity.
Yo, Shaq, also tag Deontay Davis.
Please tag him too, because all I need is an opportunity, bro.
Me personally, like, I know people that they try to overcompensate for the stature. I'm not one of those guys. I always felt that I always have more brains than muscles, anyways. Which is brains still a muscle, right? But you know what I mean. I always felt like I didn't need to do all of that. I never felt like that. I never felt like I needed to be the biggest. Did I have my time frame, my episodes where like I used to go to the gym and try to I did. Or when I did my pull-ups, I could do 25 pull-ups. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I learned that as you age, your body's going to change it with you. Meaning, it's going to come a point, even fucking Brock Lesnar probably cannot go back to the UFC ring right now and win. No. But he was an animal in his prime, though.
That's a fact, but this is why this makes people so great. Like, let's look at LeBron James and Tom Brady. They're so great today because look at how old they are. They're not supposed to be doing the things that they're doing at the age that they're at, but they're still doing it on a consistent basis. Why? Because it's more of hard work than talent.
And that's the problem.
That's true, but like, how many people got that type of discipline?
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. That's the problem, that a lot of people don't have that same mentality. Because of course, not many people are gonna get the limelight to be Tom Brady, LeBron James and stuff like that.
Shit, look at us drinking on a fucking plate.
Yeah,
we could go to the gym on Monday, kill it, but then we're gonna drink again on Wednesday.
Yeah, drink again on Wednesday. We probably drink again Monday night.
That's it. That's key decisions that everybody don't have the opportunity to make. It's like you gotta make it to.
But come on, bro. These professional athletes, you don't think they out drinking, bro? They're famous.
But for the most part, most of them. No, actually, like.
Tom Brady, no.
There was not.
But an Odell Beckham Jr. Come on now, he was like the freaking Justin Bieber to the sports world.
I mean,
of course he was out. He was maybe not every day, every weekend. Johnny Manziel.
But look what happened when they got into the actual NFL.
Johnny Manziel, yes.
Odell Beckham Jr. also. Like,
Ronaldinho too. He used to be a partier, right? That was well documented. The nigga used to go to practice fucked up.
Exactly.
But he was still
Aaron Rodgers. I swear I just watched Aaron Rodgers today on an interview. He's probably next up behind Tom Brady. Say he used to go play these football games on Percocet.
What? I mean, a lot of them do take pills.
And then steroids. Let's not forget that.
On perks?
Yeah.
He's still performing at the level he's performing on perks, though.
Yeah. I know people that when you got injuries and shit like that, you take whatever you need to do to get back into that game. You do whatever. I ain't gonna lie. I've seen it. I've physically seen it happen.
That's what I was like. Come on, bro.
It's crazy to think about.
It is crazy to think about. There's like conversations happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm loving it. Like, y'all guys want to end it?
You can end, but we
I'll
also
continue.
have this conversation.
Okay.
We don't have too much information.
I mean, yeah, true. Today's a slow day, but I feel like people are gonna watch it afterwards.
We know it, yeah, because it's Friday
Friday.
night.
Yeah,
We know it. We know it.
But we were thirsty, so this is what we get for being thirsty. Not usual. Just
But look, we have to be consistent. Though, because
consistency. Yeah.
maybe your crowd is out right now, but we still have to attract another crowd.
If y'all share the fucking videos, yeah, I'll be like, yo, why did they share that? Like when I tagged them, I'm like,
No, because I had somebody viewing that
Oh.
so I chose not to share it. And I don't even know how they found the video.
yeah, they always will, but they always will. Everybody that tuned in with us tonight, thank you so much. We were having a good time, man. Like, I just have one more thing before we end the episode today. I have one more thing I want to ask and discuss before we end the episode. So, Justin, you say you're not scared. No man, I'm not.
I'm not scared of lead this.
Which I agree with that. I agree with that statement. So, you think you could beat Mike Tyson right now?
Mike Tyson?
Yes.
Based on my mentality, yes. Mike Tyson is 50 years old. Mike Tyson is 50 years old. Is it crazy though?
Nah,
Do you think Mike Tyson would knock you out?
I would have put myself in that position.
I would put myself in that position. Cause you gotta show me.
Yo, somebody please tag Mike Tyson to this video. Tag Iron Mike. Tag him right now. That my nephew over here said he want to go a few rounds.
$20,000.
Honestly, I wouldn't. If somebody came to me with like, I'll give you $500,000 if you can last 2 rounds in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, if you win, if you win, you get like $10 million. But if you lose, you gotta share the cell with Diddy.
See, when you put it like that, like I'm not taking because I'm not even risking that.
What happened to your confidence?
Bro, because look, if I lose,
take a risk.
But look, if I lose, a cell with Diddy is crazy. Like he probably got baby oil already in that cell. Like, I'm like, nah. Like I'm not even taking that risk. I'm not taking that risk. I'm not taking that risk. I'm not.
Oh my god, yo,
I'm not taking that risk.
Yo, like,
Are you fighting Mike Tyson?
Huh?
Are you fighting Mike Tyson?
If I would fight Mike Tyson,
Like, are you talking about right now? Or
like right now, not on his prime. On his prime,
right now?
yeah,
On
his prime, none of us here had a chance ever. Not even.
I'm not scared of him, but I'm not fighting him neither. I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
No, that's that great area of shit I'm talking about.
No, because I know he's got that in his prime.
I'm not scared of him, but I'm not fighting him.
Bro, he bit somebody's ear off. If you bite somebody's ear off, like you do not belong fighting.
That's a fact. 1,000.
Like I'm not. If I know you just bit somebody's ear off in your prime, I'm not fighting you. Like you're not even mentally stable.
Yo, somebody tag Mike Tyson right now. Tag Mike Tyson right now. Yo, no, yo. If it comes,
I'll fight right now. I'll fight Mike Tyson right now.
Oh.
10K around.
Yo,
10K
everybody that want to bet, if they want to bet for my nephew here, like he's like $10. The betting starts at $10. If you want to bet for Mike Tyson, the betting starts at $1,000 bet. That's a big bucket.
I think Mike Tyson is doing damage right now. How old is Mike Tyson?
Just sorry, look it up real quick.
How old is Mike Tyson?
Oh my god. Like, okay, you think you could be Jake Paul?
15 years old.
I think I'm rumbling with Jake Paul. Ooh. Right now, I think I'm rumbling with Jake Paul.
You know, you can actually see this, right?
You could actually see this. And Jake Paul, if you're watching this, whatever, set it up.
You want the smoke?
I want the smoke.
Oh, yeah!
I think I can rumble.
If they really reach out to you, bro, you gotta deliver now, bro.
No, I'm gonna deliver it, but let's look at the facts. Boxing, MMA, whatever it may be, is never something that I can say this right now. Is no way in hell I'm fighting Jake Paul tomorrow. It's gonna be at least a couple months.
Yeah, of course.
And me knowing my mentality is no way in hell. If I know I'm fighting Jake Paul 3 months from now, I'm not gonna do everything I need to do every day from now until 3 months later.
So how long you say you need 3 months?
But I don't even need 3 months. I need a month. A month. Set it up. Set it up. I need a month. Set it up. Set it up. Set it up. Set it up. I need a month. Set it up. Set it up. I need a month.
This part of the video.
Set it up. I need a month. Jake Paul, I ain't gonna lie, you soft. I'm knocking you out.
Yo, I'm gonna make this shit go viral, bro. Like,
Make it go viral. Jake, I hope Jake Paul sees this, because at the end of the day, if Jake Paul sees this, all of us is living in the River Oaks in one crib.
what the fuck?
I hope Jake Paul sees this.
They're gonna fight us, bro. Like,
I will even say my email right now in this podcast. Like, I will tell my email right now so they can reach out to me.
Oh, I dare you to put your email out.
GuerreroJustice003@gmail.com. Jake Paul agents Mike Tyson in my email. Line it up.
Okay, can you show them can you stand up and show them what they're dealing with?
Yeah. Not a small dude, bro. Like, I'm not, like, come on now. Like, from the Bronx. Like, I'm not, like, right. Like,
it's real. You know what's up, bro. Like, from the Bronx.
You know the vibe, bro. Like, I'm not about to back down from a Jake Paul. Like,
nah, this nigga wallet.
I ain't gonna lie, sober or not. So,
like
yes,
Shakira
I've
said,
been drinking.
por el alcohol.
Drink or not, though. Drink or not, though. I was like,
That's
drink or not.
That's the leak of courage I was speaking of earlier.
It is, but drink or not. I would say this sober.
Respectfully.
I would say this sober. I would say the same thing sober. I probably would not have put my email on the internet, but I would have said the same thing sober.
Quick.
Yo, Shaq. Yo, Kino G, can you set the fire up, bro? Can you try to get us hooked up?
Set it up, Shaq. We gonna go rich. I don't think Jake Paul will work as hard as me.
I got 10K on Justin every.
So I'm saying, see, we need more people like Josiah in our life. Right?
Oh shit. Okay. I'll put $25 on.
We don't need more people like DJ Sensation. We need more people like Josiah.
Okay.
So $25 is crazy.
I'll put $25 on Justin and like $150K on Mike Tyson.
That's crazy, right? Listen, guys, he don't love me. He don't believe in me. He don't got faith.
Play the song that's gonna play when Jay Kwan gets knocked out, bro. Play it.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
Yeah, just see Jay Kwan getting knocked out.
Yo, ladies and gents, y'all just heard the official soundtrack for the massacre. Oh my God, bro, you made my night, bro.
Mike Tyson is soft now. Mike Tyson in his prime, though. Mike Tyson right now is soft. He delayed the fight.
Yeah.
He delayed the fight.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we think call you. It's the end of our night.
Noches.
Buenas noches. Mm-hmm. I'm still knocking Mike Tyson out.
Everybody that tuned in, thank you so much for the few people that tuned in tonight, but we had a blast. Keep sharing the video. Yo sé que mucha gente más lo van a ver mañana y después del otro día y el otro día. But we back. Let's talk about it. No cap. We might do a special episode tomorrow. Maybe. maybe, yes, yeah, maybe, but
depends if we have the Don Julio.
Maybe. Not sure. We might even have more special guests.
Hey, we make it more fun, bro. Like
maybe.
But this conversation was definitely awesome. Let's talk about it. No cap. I'm your guy, Sensation. Josiah on the building. Jake Kwan in the building, but then he's gonna go get knocked out by Jake Paul.
I don't think so. Tag Jake Paul, send him my email, do whatever y'all gotta do. Tell this team set it up.
Yo,
I just need a month.
He said, you what?
I just need a month.
He said he needs a month.
All I need is a month.
Yo, bro.
Like, he's not gonna work harder than me.
If you win, can you give me at least like 50K?
If I win, I already told you we move into a 12-bedroom house in the River Oaks. All of us. Every single one of us. 12-bedroom house in the River Oaks. River Oaks, all 12, everybody.
I love that. I love that energy. Ladies and gentlemen, wait for that energy on tomorrow's episode. And we see you next time. Good night.